the Tucci Band.
You wanna teach me, but I'm not in school. You've been to show me you wanna take me. Gonna have to show me you wanna make me. Well, show me that you know me. You're gonna have to show me that you know me. Gonna have to show me you wanna take me. Gonna have to show me you wanna make me. Well, what do you do? 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 What do you do? I'm clapping. I shouldn't. I respect. Okay, good morning. Good evening.
Good morning.
And welcome to what I consider, what singers say when they see a phenomenal singer, they'll say this is a singer's singer. These are the musician's musicians. And this is the primo show, as far as I'm concerned. It's all the people that are out there that are musicians, that are unsung heroes. These people that are at this table right here are the models that you should look up to. There are two musicians here. You can tell them what you play. This is Piercy Jones, but give him a little bit of...
I'm a bass player, electric bass player.
Electric bass player.
Michael Zettner, I play violin, and I play vocals, voice.
Play vocals. That's a hard instrument. I mean, I know from it. Go ahead.
I'm Wolfgang Busch, and I'm an international promoter from Germany.
And I'm Duke Rivers, and I'm chairman of the Rock R&B committee.
Okay. Well, probably I wear the Rock R&B committee button here. That's right. Go right ahead. Don't be ashamed. We're among friends.
I appreciate that.
That's for sure. Thank
nice.
you. The Rock R&B committee is something that most people, most musicians don't really know that much about, because I know it's a newfound offspring of local 802. Please tell them how much service it can serve the union members, non-union members, musicians that need guidance.
Well, the Rock R&B committee was founded in 1982, quite some time ago. And it started out because musicians needed information that was so badly needed to get ahead in the music business. So what we started doing was we started providing seminars, which are free, to union, non-union musicians about the business. And it was informative, educational. It could be something such as, well, like our last seminar, which was marketing through college radio.
That's great.
You know, our last one was, before that was indie labels. And we had different speakers from the independent labels come. So we're moving toward education, trying to educate musicians about the business. So if they've got the education, they can, can help to further their career as far as getting ahead in the business. If you've got the education, you got the knowledge, you're much better off if
trying to market yourself in the beginning, which we all know it's hard to find managers and producers and promoters without having the track record.
Exactly.
Right? So that's for the young artists.
And so we wanted this to happen, and for musicians to be more educated, thereby increasing their knowledge and helping them to get ahead. And
is there dues? Is there dues?
No, it's not a dues-paying membership at all. It's free. All you have to do is get involved, and through your involvement and through strength, in numbers, we can accomplish a lot, because there's a lot to be done as far as the musicians, the local scene here in New York.
Where are you located?
We're located on 330 West 42nd Street.
Oh, the pulse of the universe.
That's it, right there. Right there, baby.
There you go,
That's
right in the
it.
heart of it all,
Yeah.
right?
And
Do they come in, if somebody, well, for instance, if we had, I'm sure you guys run into legal problems, and do you handle anything like that, a contract negotiation or anything? I know attorneys get big bucks for that, but...
Yeah, we're not really a legal service, quote, quote, but we do provide some basic information about the rights of a musician. For instance, pay, you know, which is very important to a musician's survival. If you're not getting paid enough, and you're out there working, and you're working for pennies, when in fact you should be getting something for your service because you are providing a service, then we can give you an idea of what you're supposed to be making within the marketplace. So your talent.
So it's advice.
It's
advice. And a little bit of guidance. Is that what that pay-for-play policy is? While I was out there, I actually didn't. I have to tell you that I was rehearsing it. I was rehearsing, and I'm sure you people out there will understand that. I was rehearsing at a studio, and I saw the picket these places because they exploit the musician.
Right.
And play for pay, is that the term, is that policy?
It's just like if, for instance, if say a businessman had to go to work. It's just like him going to his office to do his work for the day, but having to pay for the privilege of working there.
I hear that.
So, you know, why should musicians suffer the same consequence? Especially, you know, when they're trying to get ahead and to stay alive in an industry that's very competitive. So we want to see that musicians are educated about the pay structures and educated about just the business in general, the steps that they need to take, you know, from recording a demo, what they need to know about, you know, so-and-so.
So you hear that? Participate in Rock R&B, because don't be afraid, because I'll be very honest with you, it's something that you're a little bit afraid of in the beginning, thinking, well, what if that club owner sees me out there? He'll never book me in that club. I know that's the way I felt, and I thought, well, that's a fool attitude. So now that I have you guys here and I'm getting the guts to do it, I think all the people, that are unsung heroes and musicians should get involved with Rock R&B. You're also affiliated with it, Wolfgang, and
I'm trying to handle the international end of it. Eventually we want to work on a network basis, and since I go back and forth to Germany, and I have friends who are supportive, and they provide us with the material, and now there is a booking agency out in Florida who is very interested in a band exchange program, and I'll be going shortly to Germany and try to hook you know, clubs up who are interested in such a program, and we hope that, you know, it will happen. And
so you'd actually essentially promote U.S. bands to Europe and vice versa.
And vice versa. So everybody
instrumental in getting maybe a record deal for them. I mean,
that was last year. I was able, since I worked at the committee, and a lot of tapes go through my hands and ears. So I ran into Barbara Powell's tape, which I felt very strong about it, which I took with me, and I went to Bellafon Records in Frankfurt, Germany, and they just loved it, and they signed it right away. Fantastic. And you know, it was a success. And the results of that was that a producer, independent producer here in New York, picked it up again, and now she also has a deal over here. So it worked out pretty good.
That's like going out of your own. Everyone comes to New York to make it, and sometimes if they get a good resume and good backing and good experience outside of the city, they don't get so knocked down when they come here, and it's like going to Europe and getting.
And they are very open in Germany, since they know I'm in a good position, that I get a lot of bands to showcase and tapes. So they are very interested when I go back to Germany, what kind of material I bring with me.
From the United States, sure.
Yeah, especially in New York, where they know there is a lot going on, and new trends and new music, and that's what they're looking for. And I hope I have good material as well, and hope we we are successful again this year. So.
Right. Have you guys have done some work in Europe? I know, rumor has it that you've worked with, both of you, worked with some very heavyweight musicians. I understand that you had worked with, I believe one of you are doing something with Peter Gabriel, or had done something with Peter Gabriel, is that right?
I used some his musicians on my last album.
On your last, what's your last, what is the name of your last album?
It's called Present Time. It's actually unreleased.
It's
but
unreleased?
it's a finished album in an album form.
Mm-hmm.
But
have you worked in Europe?
yes, but
Yeah.
in France, northern France.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of course, he's from England, so he knows a little bit more about Europe.
Uh-huh. And then and I understand you had worked, someone had said that you had done stuff, I even forget the name. There were so many names. So there's like a multifaceted, what was
Quite
the
a few
last person?
different people. Roy Harper. I was in a band with Phil Collins for quite a
That's
while.
it. Okay. I knew there was a big name
this
there.
was in,
mega stuff.
not recently, in the late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
A band called Brand X.
A band called Brand X. And
Which
you
was-
worked in Europe. And with that?
Well, actually, then we were all based in Europe, but we used to do about 2 tours a year in America. But then I was still living in London. We wrapped that up in 1980. But apart from that, I used to do quite a lot of studio work with.
That's where you probably make most of your money. Is that right?
Well,
It's a lot easier to do the kind of music we do and get it over in Europe. You were talking about Germany.
Yeah.
They're much less stringent about the boundaries of music over there. You know, they'll accept a lot more. It doesn't have to be real formula stuff, I believe.
Yeah.
And what about the language barrier? I mean, is then the speaking English is
In the
fine.
companies, my experience is that everybody speaks English. They are so geared to the American market in Europe that they probably speak better English than I do. So it tells you how much they are they are geared for it. And it's like how the things work in Europe. Everybody wants to break into the American market, and over here it's just like all the Americans want to break in the European market. So it's very interesting, and you know, it's so hopefully.
It's a different approach then. For I know most people think get it. You know, they get those 20 major companies in the city. You know, they'll go to CBS and they go to they go just to all of them. Atlantic, et cetera, and they, I think that's the only avenue.
Yeah.
They gear so much to get a deal here, and I know this is an education for me, which is why I'm happy that you guys are here. You know,
One of the reasons we're trying to close that gap so we can actually have more opportunity here in the city, because it's almost an artist, it's easier for him to leave to go somewhere else and practice his craft and probably get better gigs and work and then come back to the city as opposed to staying here. So we're trying to pick that and bolster the new music scene here. So actually it becomes more of a hub and more of a mecca for new music. We're working on that idea of incorporating more and more musicians to get together. To form a coalition, so to speak, and exchange ideas and work toward a common goal.
I'm sure you were some part of the creative musician world before you became the chairman, or are you still working as an artist right now? I know that probably is a hard thing to juggle, because
it is very hard. It's very difficult. No, I was an artist. Which is what got me into the rock R&B. I saw the problems and myself as an artist, and I says, look, I've got the intelligence, the know-how to do something about it. I'm gonna make that stab, and so I did. And so then we produced the New York New Rock.
This is it, right? This is the. Thank you for bringing it. This is the New York. Demarche Park. This was.
That's right.
Is that
Lincoln
right?
Center.
Right, Lincoln Center last spring. Is that right?
This summer, June '86.
This right here?
Summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that was it.
Haven't done my homework. No. Well, I heard about it through a lot of people, as a matter of fact. And you picked 6 local bands, is that right?
8.
8. 8 local bands,
local
and
bands.
they
They got
performed
paid
there.
for it.
They got paid?
Yeah, which is very unusual.
Check
here.
it out.
And we're really looking forward that the bands out there contact us, and we really believe as more we get together, as stronger we can be, and really once we are organized we can come up with some contracts and policies.
Great.
But if we don't stick together, then it's pretty hopeless. And it's really at the point right now where the scene is like as far down as it really can be. More clubs closing down, everybody knows the situation, and it's really time that we organize and take things in our own hands. And
Yeah, I believe that also.
Yeah.
I believe that
So-
also.
And-
You guys, in terms of musicians, I just was thinking of studio work, because I know a lot of people don't even think of that. I mean, is that something that you advocate as a way of also just getting some money to produce your own albums and produce your own things? Is that
It's one method, but not all musicians are motivated towards studio work. You know, and there's
special breed?
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways of approaching the problem. But I know so many musicians here in New York who have talent. They've got something to offer. They're doing something that's very innovative. They have new concepts in music, and they just don't know where to go. So this committee is excellent.
Okay, well, they all said the same thing that we opened this show with. The Rock R&B part of Local 802 is something that I want you all to go check out and look for these gentlemen's albums and work, because they're excellent musicians. And all of you folks, support it. Go up there, check out the seminars.